Our guest today has been in the music industry and kicked off when things were still, way back, far back. He blew up with his track Havent that we still vibe to today, and his music videos are simply amazing. They carry some modern energy and puts a bright smile on your face. Today we'll be talking about how he built his brand to where he is today, the influence of this pandemic on what he has created, and how he's keeping safe. Did you watch his concert? When I say king, you say Kong. It's Stanley Enow. So let's polish up the voice, polish up the chords, and start. Me, I didn't find my way. My brother, find your way too. Life not turn by turn. Demain pour toi va sortir. Can you recognize his voice? He needs no introduction. If I introduce him, I'll probably be underselling. It's Stanley Enow. How goes that?
What's up, hi, family?
How are you,
How
darling?
you doing, family? You doing well?
I'm doing
well. I'm super blessed.
I'm doing great. Well, thank you for joining us. It's going to be an amazing show. I've wanted you on the show for forever, and finally we're doing this.
Yeah, it's true. I've never been on the show so far, so yeah, man. I'm happy we're here. Thank God.
But I need to remind you, I don't know if you remember it, but a few years ago when I actually kicked off the show, I came to you and I was like, I need to do a teaser and I need you on it. And it went so fluid. My first teaser was actually you who launched it.
Oh yeah, what did I say?
I can't remember. I'll find the video. But it was just a question of, she's kicking off something amazing and, everybody stay connected. And that was it.
I'm happy being part of the Genesis. Yeah. So I mean, if you could just show me that video, or if you could play it in the video in this episode, who knows? With the internet today, we have like a lot of archives and
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, we
happy
do.
We're here now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna just throw it in so you guys can appreciate how far we've come as well. Funny thing, I'm gonna apologize if we have the internet stalling a few times. That's okay. Everybody's connected at this time of the day, but we're going to make today's show worth it. Now, Stanley, your brand is one we no longer have to introduce. You've done so much for, the Cameroonian and the African culture. The first thing that caught my attention was the name to the label, which is Motherland. Why that name?
Yeah.
What does it represent?
Motherland because I come from the motherland. Motherland is because of where we come from.
Yeah.
It's been a while. African people have been struggling with brainwashing and stuff. I mean, we respect whatever comes from the Americas, from China, or from whatever country. But it's been. I think it's now more than ever. You can see people from Africa, really celebrating the Africanity or the Africanness, So It's cool to be African. It's beautiful to be African. It's beautiful to be from the motherland. So when I was on the come up, I guess I still am, but I still have a long way to go. We decided to create the label. I started with my first company was called Blue Ink, and I was doing I was a translator back then after university. And, that was a company that I used to use for invoices for little jobs I used to do here and there, like voiceovers that they call it Blue Ink. And I searched it online, was already taken. I was already like a very tech kind of person. I searched it was already taken, and it had no identity like that,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when you say Motherland Empire, Motherland, and it really speaks, and I think the magic behind Motherland as well. That's the feedback I also have is the logo. I really wanted to, alongside my team, bring the vision of Africans or people that remember wherever they're from, and that really without setting any boundary. You're from Jamaica is your motherland. If you're from America is your motherland. But motherland is more of a spirit. It represents something really heavy for us. Motherland for me is Africa.
You've traveled around, but you still come back home and you settle home and you do everything from home. Now, why haven't you moved to a place with better opportunities?
Every time I travel, there's something that really beats my mind and that really always disturbs me. No matter how beautiful I see places are, be it in Milan, be it in Malpensa, that's in Italy, be it in Paris, be it in Belgium, or, we really travel, we've seen places. And we've seen so many faces, but at the end of the day, we're just more people, and you can see everybody's striving for happiness. You know what I mean? That's one thing that all of us, we have in common. We want to be happy. Even if we want to make people sad, we want to hurt. People want to find comfort. People want to find comfort in making other people sad. Even for those people that are just negative people. You know what I mean? They so at the end of the day, happiness, everybody wants to be happy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In their own space, in their own way. Something. Okay, it's happiness. It's what we're looking for. We can have it everywhere we go.
Yeah, looking at the world today, everybody has been affected by this pandemic. And I'm sure you too, it's probably cut down your travels to almost zero. How has this whole situation affected you in general?
Oh man, it's super crazy. It's super, super crazy. It has affected me, I would say now, positively, because I can have time to sit down and be like, yo, thank you, Lord, for just making me wake up. You know what I mean? I do pray every day, but the way I pray now is twice as deep. Yeah. It's twice deeper than what I used to do before, because now you just believe and confirm that everything depends on the higher beings. On like, yo, guys, you guys are not traveling anymore. Stay on the standstill. No more shows. No more people screaming. You know what I mean?
Now, most of the African talents are very dependent on selling their concerts and public appearances. With the world going contactless and, with the social distancing measures being put in place, how do you think that the African music scene is going to adjust to the new change?
And the first I'm gonna go key money. I'm gonna go knock money jaw. I tell you, we play.
I tell you.
The essence of being a musician is performing to people in real life. So I think this thing is gonna be crazy because even football matches are being suspended. You know what I mean? And where the sports people make their money is the audience, is the gate fees and everything. Packages and da. So everything is crazy. I think the African music scene. I think there is hope.
What other things do you think could be useful at this time to help people go past this phase?
I think one of the things we could do is to keep keep doing community service in terms of going down the streets and helping the people that don't have a lot. It's really gonna be amazing for us to keep doing that. My team and I, we are getting ready to go because we just received a delivery of 1,500 bottles of.
Oh, that's amazing.
1,500 hand sanitizers.
Yeah, 1,500 hand sanitizers.
And we want to make sure that we go. I want to go distribute in Lumbe and in Douala. We decided to go for hand sanitizers because masks is already a very common and basic thing for everybody. Yeah. And what is even more expensive, just like a bottle of hand sanitizer and when it goes to the marketplace to share, and I think it's gonna be beautiful for us to do that, and we just have to keep doing it.
Now, talking about being locked down, creativity, an artist needs to feel free. Most of the artists I've spoken to always talk about freedom. They need their mind to be liberated. How are you coping with being completely locked down? How are you dealing with this?
I try as much as possible not to be in chains because I was born free at the end of the day, and I'm blessed to be a homebody first, and so it's a little bit more easy for me to cope with this situation. Though it's hard because it's different when you want to be at home, and as opposed to when you have to be at home.
I just want to give a special shout out to the Miss P Show.
I want to give a huge shout out to Miss P.
I want to give a big shout out to the Miss P Show.
Shout out to the Miss P Show.
Soyez toujours connectés avec Miss P Show.
Keep watching the Miss P Show, your number one platform.
A special big shout out to the Miss P Show.
Keep watching the Miss P Show.
The Miss P Show. Simply deep.
Now, I hope you enjoyed today's episode and you learned a few things about King Kong himself. So next time, we'll be dragging him into the kitchen for him to learn how to cook something beautiful. I apologize again once more for the crazy internet, but social distancing has got us working with limited bandwidth, and hopefully as we get adjusted to this new way of life, things are going to improve. Until next time, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at The Miss P Show. Stay connected. I'm Miss P and I'm Simply Deep. Ta-da!
The Miss P Show was brought to you by Orange.